Gallery. Ok, xin chào các anh chị em nhé. Ừ, các anh chị em chờ 1 phút nha. Các anh chị em chờ 1 phút nha. Ok, thì các anh chị em xem một clip này nha.
Thôi chị ơi, tốn tiền lắm. Chạy bao giờ lắp wifi làm cái gì nữa? Chạy bao giờ lắp wifi làm cái gì nữa?
Anh chị em nghe một cái này tí nha. Ok, các chị em nghe lại, chờ một vài phút nữa nha.
Mèo ơi, mèo, mèo ơi, con đi rửa bát cho mèo, mèo tí nữa nhanh lên cơm con ơi.
Ok, xin chào các anh chị em nha. Chúng ta sẽ tắt mic nha. Ok, chúng ta sẽ có khách mời của chúng ta là anh Alex Manson nha. Chúng ta sẽ có khách mời của chúng ta là anh Vitas Nanwani nha. Xin chào các anh chị em nha. Chúng ta sẽ chờ vào thêm một vài phút nữa nha các anh chị em.
Recording in progress.
5 phút nữa chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu nha.
Mình lấy câu gì biết không, nếu có chuyện gì.
Các anh chị em vào chúng ta sẽ tắt mic nha. Rồi chúng ta sẽ 5 phút nữa chúng ta sẽ bắt đầu. Ta xem một clip giải trí nha.
Không bắt thì thôi, này là để là mình nghe rồi.
Dẫn admin.
Ừ.
Hello thầy. Hello everyone.
Chờ tí.
Cái
Các
này là
anh chị em chờ tí nha. Ok, 7:15 chúng ta sẽ action nha, còn khoảng 3 phút nữa cho 7:10 chúng ta sẽ chia sẻ nha các anh chị em.
Chào mấy chị đẹp gái.
Ok, các anh chị em nghe, nghe một lần bằng tiếng Anh nữa ha, rồi chúng ta sẽ bắt bắt đầu nha. Ok, xin chào các anh chị em nha. Nghe các anh chị em. Hồi nãy giờ chưa share âm thanh nha. Ok, nghe một lần nữa nghe.
Global Languages and Business Group is the pioneering company in training and teaching English with 100% international teachers, qualified TOEFL and TESOL certificates, and using advanced education model in experiencing English environments with thousands of students each year. Global Languages and Business Group focuses on teaching English courses from beginner level to advanced level. The compilation of experts in professors in universities around Vietnam and international academies. Our courses, pronunciation with 100% international teachers, English for beginners with 100% international teachers, intermediate English communication, 12 days immersed in language, and advanced English communication, 14 days immersed in language. With the motto of "Let's reach out to the world by helping entrepreneurs improve their English proficiency." To create an environment like living in an English-speaking country, the Global Languages and Business Group has not just a lecture, but rather class, conference, homestay, tour together. You can achieve excellent result in a short time. Global Languages and Business Group is always a companion in the journey of achieving knowledge and reaching out to the world.
Ô- Ok, xin chào các anh chị em thân mến. À, đã đến với cái buổi giao lưu của chúng ta nhằm giúp cho các anh chị em chúng ta đạt được một cái trình độ tiếng Anh như là mong muốn. Và một điều lưu ý là xin các anh chị em của chúng ta vì mục đích tương tác cũng như là để cái buổi học của chúng ta nó chia sẻ một cách hiệu quả hơn thì mong các anh chị em của chúng ta là bật cái hình lên. Bật cái hình lên ha, chúng ta tự tin bật cái hình của chúng ta lên nha. Wow. Ok, xin chào các anh chị em thân mến. À, Thank you so much for your. Bây giờ chúng tôi sẽ nói tiếng Anh nha, chứ giờ nước ngoài thì chúng tôi sẽ không nói tiếng Việt nữa. Chứ anh em chúng ta tự bơi tí nha. Thank you so much for the participants. So, dear on participants and members and students and lecturer and friends. So we are so happy that we organize a kind of English immersion program, and we would like to invite two friends, three friends, but we also had the main speaker today, Mr. Albert, is my friend for so many long times. He come from Philippines, and he's also is a lecturer at the university. So he helped me a lot when I worked in Philippines for 7 years ago. We worked with the same mission that want to have so many Vietnamese people master the English in a very short time, and especially he also give me a high spirit in doing help so many Vietnamese people. And I just a normal person in here, just a teacher, and I want to create the English environment program. It means that Vietnamese people learn a lot of the English. Vietnamese people spend a lot of time to learn the English, but they cannot use English for international working. So the day is very important day that we also have the methods economics anglophone. It means that the English total immersion and the English total immersion, we need the foreign factor. So today I would like to introduce to you our keynote speaker or our uh, coach or distinguished guest, Mr. Albert Miller. So I hope that all the people welcome him by uh, by by show of face and give him a class online. So open the mute and give him a very big hand, please. Open the mute, please. So now you are have the mute to open. So yes, yes. Thank you so much. So now I give the time for Mr. Albert. So can you share with us some information about you and help so many people understand?
Thank you very much, Lam. And first of all, I'm very honored to be part of the group. This is a great opportunity for me to meet an awesome group. Whenever I join a conference or a workshop like for this one, whenever I hear the an invitation of me going to join a group of young people who wanted to learn English, I'm always very excited because what I see is that everyone has a dream and has an opportunity. And later on, I'm going to share with you guys why is English the language of opportunity. I want to share in this meeting today why do we need English as a global language, and why it will bring a lot of opportunities for a lot of us. Before I continue, I'd like to introduce myself a little bit. I am now based in Tokyo, Japan. I have I run a startup company here. Basically, my company is I run two different companies. So the first company is I help um, schools and I train teachers in Japan for those who wanted to become an English teacher in Japan. We do run a program, a TESOL program, and I also consult for schools. And the other company I run is not entirely related to education, because the other company I run is I'm also a game developer. So we are making a game. In fact, we're going to launch in about 2 months, and we're very excited about it. Yeah, and I met Lam um 7 years ago, I think, and we both went to the Philippines. And in the Philippines, I was I was a lecturer and a director for a university, and our program was international linkage, and we've been supporting foreigners to learn English in the Philippines, and it was a very very fruitful and productive program. Okay, now I am very happy. Once again, I'm very happy to be here because what I see is that everyone here has has a dream, and we're very happy to engage with you and open to you a lot of opportunities when it comes to English language. In fact, I brought here today two important people. They're my friends. Okay, I brought here today an actor. He was an actor in Vietnam for a short movie. He's now in France. He's a French guy, and he also owned a an English academy in France. And we have the same mission. I, Lam, Axel, we have the same mission of engaging people and bringing people to a world of opportunities in English immersion. Because I think, here's what I think. I want to share what I think. I think that English as a language is not it's not supposed to be in a closed box. Okay? I think English as a language is a social tool. It is a cultural tool. It is a business tool, so that we can work together as a society. And that is our mission here. Um, Another person that I brought here today, okay, he is a multimillionaire. He is one of the biggest investors of Lala Move company, and his family owns a venture capital firm. So, but at the same time, he is also an expert in business and finance. especially business English, because I brought him here today with you because I want to share you his skill and talent, how English defines the world of business. Okay. His name is Ritesh. He's here with us today too. They will be speaking later on, and I will open the forum for everyone to ask a question. Okay. So again, his name is Ritesh, and we have here Axel, and they will be talking with us a little bit later today, so that they can share their experience of how they were able to use English as a language, as a language of multi-tool, as a multi-tool language of advancing opportunities, not just for me, not just for you, but for society in general. Once again, I'll try to um I want this workshop to be an engagement. It's not just me and talking here, but I'd very much happy to hear from every one of you. The question that I would like to pose is, why do you want to learn English, and how it can help you? Okay. Um, because of English, ladies and gentlemen, it is precisely the reason that I came to Japan. I was in the Philippines. I met Lam in the Philippines. That was like 8 years ago. Um, I came to Japan because I wrote a book. I wrote a novel, and this novel was became a bestseller in the United States. And one of the readers of that novel was was actually one of my fans of that book. He was a Japanese, and this Japanese was an owner of a big school in Japan, and he invited me to come to Japan to become a consultant for his school, to become an English teacher for his school. He has about 500 teachers, and to cut the story short, English was an opportunity for me. It gave opportunity for me, but we also want to share with you today how English can give opportunity for everyone, not just for me, not just what happened to Axel, not just what happened to Mr. Lam, and not just what happened to Ritesh. All right. I would like to call someone from the audience to share a very short experience of why he wanted to learn English. What does English mean for you? For the global community, what's going on? What does it mean for you? I'd like to call um correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not very good at pronouncing Vietnamese names. I've been to Vietnam a lot of times. Before the pandemic, I've been going to Vietnam 4 times in a year because I super love Vietnam. All right, I love your country, and I've been there like 4 or 5 times in a year. And they always ask me, "What do you love about Vietnam?" And I remember one word, Cook Noi. Do you know what's Cook Noi? It gives you crazy dreams and crazy headaches in the morning. All right, I'd like to call Mr. Chi Tan. Is it correct? Chi Tan.
What?
Right, that's it. The guy in the orange shirt.
Can you say that again?
So I can speak. Did I?
Yes,
Yeah.
perfect.
Okay. So thank you very much for the teaching English for all of us. And I also thanks thank you time and Global English very much for the open the conference, open the workshop to speak exchange language together. I think I want to learn English because I want to improve my language. My English is the first language in the world. So I
Awesome.
think if I have the English, if I if I good English, I have earned a lot of money. So
Right, right.
I really want to improve my English. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you very much. That was a really, really good answer. You know why? Because right now is a perfect timing to learn English in Vietnam. Because of globalization, because of the trend nowadays, a lot of American companies from the pandemic, a lot of American companies from the pandemic are moving their companies to Vietnam. A lot of Japanese companies, I know this for a fact because I live in Japan. A lot of Japanese companies are moving to Vietnam. In fact, in Japan right now, the Vietnamese community is the second largest group in Japan. It used to be Filipinos. We were like the second. But during the pandemic, Vietnamese are hardworking. They're now the second uh, large number of workers and trainees and students in Japan. Imagine that one. So for each and every one of you here today, it's a big opportunity to engage the global community because of the shifting of the economic powers that's going on. The economic balance in the world right now is shifting. Even European companies are moving to Vietnam, American companies. So I think that we have to grab this opportunity to accelerate learning English so that those jobs, those opportunities, we will be the first one to have a grapple of them. We can grasp them. In fact, because of your aggressiveness to learn English, you might even overcome the Japanese standard of learning English. Because in Japan, Japanese are not interested in learning English. I was in Japan. People to learn English. Axel Mason, we were here. We were in Tokyo. We were going all over Japan. But they were not aggressively learning English compared to the Vietnamese. So if you have that fire, that interest, that desire to learn English, you can even overcome or speed up more than the Japanese. And we're going to use that. We're going to turn that opportunity to something that's going to be beneficial for you. All right. Having said that, I'd like to give the floor now to Axel Mason again. Let me introduce him to you. He's a French actor. He's a French model. He's also the president of an English training company in France. And I asked him today to invite him today because he wants his students to join this group so that we can have a global international engagement of Vietnamese talking English to French people, Japanese talking English to Vietnamese people, and so on and so forth. I called him today because I want him to share his experience why English is also important in France. Without having said that, let's give him a warm round of applause. The floor is yours. Thank you very much.
Cheers. Thank you, Sensei. As Vietnamese would say, xin cảm ơn. Yeah. Xin chào, everyone. Hello. Good evening. Yes, is a real pleasure to be here with you tonight. Can you hear me well? Do you like that? If it's okay, if the sound is okay, yeah. All right, seems to be okay. Perfect, amazing. I'm very happy. Uh, Great. So today, yes, I am glad, very happy, to be with you. As Albert said, I used to live in Vietnam, in Hanoi. Uh, I had before COVID-19. So before COVID-19, I was in Hanoi. I used to work, yes, as a teacher over there, as I have been teaching English for years and years and years, and always doing something on side. Yeah. So in Hanoi, Vietnam, I was a teacher, and yeah, as Albert said, working for the show business industry. So actually, you may know me as Mason on VTV Bun. I I used to be a host on VTV Bun, cooking and doing all kind of stuff. So, anyways, that was a while ago. It was a few years ago, but it was fun. Also, yes, Japan, where Albert lives. I used to live in Japan. And I am right now near Madagascar, Africa, where my English training company is also, because this company is in Europe and Africa now, and hopefully in Asia soon. Okay. Today I will tell you maybe 5-10 minutes why I believe English is so important for you in Vietnam, but so important for absolutely everyone in the world. Yeah. So my point of view and about ESL, English as a second language, which is what English is for you guys. Yeah. Maybe it's a third, fourth, fifth language for you, but who cares? It's a second language. Yeah. ESL. Okay, I will try to share my screen. So, Lam, would you mind allowing me to share my screen?
Don't know about this.
I think
Yes. Okay. Yes. Okay.
is that okay now? Yes, awesome. So that is that, and then hold on a second, and then not that one, not that one, not that one. Okay, guys. Okay. Can you see what I see? Can you say yes if you see what I see?
Yes.
Fantastic. Okay. So today, why learning English is important. What's learning English? It's going to be 3 minutes, and I hope you will enjoy. Okay. So by the way, in Vietnam, in Hanoi, Vietnam, I used to work with the British University Vietnam. And it was absolutely amazing. I don't know if you know it in Eco Park in Hanoi. Anyways, so I used to I teach kids as well, but now my company is adults only, and 90% French people working with the French government. Anyways, so ESL, as I told you, English as a second language, is very important for 3 main reasons. Global communication. I hope you understand global communication. So English is what knowing English will help you, yes, to communicate with people from different countries and culture. And that is, to me, absolutely amazing. So you will be able soon, I hope, to go to the Philippines with what Lam is doing and the program and everything. So speaking with Filipinos, Soon, my students from France will join the group and you will be able to speak with them. People from the UK, the US, absolutely everywhere, Japan. So yes, English is a communication tool and it is amazing. That's number one. Number two, education and career opportunities. So English um, uh, will help you with, of course, universities, maybe with your kids, if you're a mother, a father, to go to amazing schools, universities, international schools and universities. Also, it is nowadays used at work more and more. What do I mean by that? Since COVID-19, we work a lot online. And as someone said just before, for money, yes, there are international opportunities to earn money in the world thanks to English. So yes, it will help you with working and amazing opportunities of all kinds. Now, number three, access to information. A lot of information on the internet nowadays, and books, obviously, is in English. So knowing English will help you to have access to all this wide range of information and resources, and that is great for you. So one, communicate other countries, other cultures. Some people can get married, boyfriend, girlfriends, wives, husbands, international relationships, thanks to English. Albert, that's your case. It's been mine several times. Education and career opportunities. If I was able to work for VTV Boon in Vietnam, that's thanks to English, obviously. Yeah. And that's what's going to happen with you. Traveling as well. Education for your kids and family. And finally, access to information. Nowadays, everything is in English on the internet, and we have access to universities, YouTube videos from unbelievable, incredible lecturers, and all that for free. So if it's in English, a wider range of information and opportunity. Okay. So yes, as Albert said, right now I'm the CEO of a company teaching and training teachers and teaching English now in Europe and Africa. And we're getting bigger and bigger, and I hope to send my students in the Philippines with this English program with you guys, with Vietnamese people going to the Philippines soon. So that would be amazing. I'm also running an international foundation, non-profit. We are actually in Vietnam with a partner. So yes, there are opportunities, and I'm super, super, super happy to be with you in this group to bring my knowledge, of course, but my students as well, and also to bring opportunities to work with a non-profit to help and to help people. Even in Vietnam, if you do have ideas of what we can do and help over there, I would be glad to hear that. Now, yes, Vietnam and the Philippines. Okay, so lots of Vietnamese are going to go to the Philippines to be able to speak English, 100% immersion, and that is excellent, and I do recommend it. Yeah, the Philippines and Cebu, where the thing is amazing. Seriously, guys, it's great. Okay, finally, if you have any questions regarding anything, I'm on Instagram, Facebook, everything is here. Feel free to ask Lam. He will give you my contact. Yes, English did change my life in many, many ways. And actually being able to communicate with so many people around the world. I have been to 42 countries in my life. And it's been a great journey, absolutely amazing. And thanks to English, I have been able to meet wonderful people, to earn money everywhere in the world, to build friendship and relationship that I will never ever forget. To have my heart a bit everywhere, including Vietnam. So yes, I recommend you to practice, to learn, to improve your English because it changed my life, and it still does. And that's why I'm super happy today to provide people with this amazing skill, which is English as a second language to uh, anyone who'd like to learn. So thank you for having me in the group, and I hope to see you soon. Definitely next week. Yeah, maybe I can do a little crazy
Yes.
English lesson online.
Definitely.
Yeah, thanks, Lam. Thanks, Lam, for having me.
Thank you so
And
much.
yeah, my pleasure, really. And I'm gonna stop with my
Stop sharing.
stop sharing. There you go. Yeah, back on the normal thing. All right. Thanks, Lam. Thanks, everyone. And
Thank you very much,
definitely
Sensei Axel.
next week, a funny lesson for sure. Yeah, I'm going to do. And please don't laugh at my
Yeah.
Vietnamese because my Vietnamese is really bad. But still, I will do a little bit of Vietnamese on the English class next week. 5 minutes English class next week. Yeah. All right. Thanks, Lam. Thanks, guys.
See you. That was awesome. That was awesome for sharing Sensei Axel. And it's really happy because we're always connected wherever we go. We always go together when we are in the Philippines. Axel will be there too, and we've conducted trainings together. In fact, we've been to Hanoi together. This is pretty
Yeah.
amazing.
We've
Right.
done a lot of things with
Yeah,
Albert
we've done a
in
lot of things. We've done a
Vietnam,
lot
in
of things.
Philippines, everywhere. Yeah.
And I hope your French students can join the group in the Philippines, and this is going to be happening every month. So monthly there's always a group, there's always a new batch. So and I believe that what Lam here is constructing is a community that even if you don't want to join going to the Philippines, even if you just want to stay in Vietnam, but we're going to be a big family together. We have a community in France, in Japan, even in India, because I believe our next speaker here has a he's a multimillionaire, guys. He's spending his time with us because he want to encourage you how to use English to go into the world of business and finance. And without much ado, I'd like to welcome our venture capitalist and business coach, Mr. Ritesh Nandwani.
Thank you so much, Alfred, for that introduction. Hi, everyone. My name is Ritesh. I actually met Albert through a mutual friend because, again, from the Philippines. I was born in the Philippines and I finished my primary education, my undergrad, and my first master's degree here. I do actually have a Master of Science in Management. Pretty much that's what is tailored for consultants. After that, I did live and work in China, Thailand, India, US, and UK. Then in 2007, I had a job offer to shift to Hong Kong for a very large industrialist family. So these guys are in textiles, oil, steel, chemicals, hotels. They are very large partners with the Marriott Group. Um, they own properties all around the globe, and I had a chance to work for them. But instead of touching anything in the traditional business, I got involved with them to handle their investments. And this was, 2007. Things were very good, and pretty much whatever you invested in would make you money. That is until 2008 came along. Um, Fortunately, the people I worked with, they understand risk, which is one of the few things you should understand when you do investments or work in or business and finance. You should be able to understand and tolerate risk. So that's one lesson that we learned, and from that we ventured into a lot more businesses, and some of them were quite successful. Some of which were like we started breeding racing horses in Australia and in the Middle East. Um, and then we started buying a lot of distressed assets during the global financial crisis 2008. Made good chunks of money there. Ventured into, that's the time we ventured at partnering with the Marriott Group. So we own a bunch of Marriott properties all over the world. And then I started getting more involved in the tech space. So that's where my venture capital journey began. I started venturing and investing in tech companies with my own money until eventually the family wanted to get involved in the tech space. And together with them, I built a syndicate of 8 relatively large Asian families that are based in Hong Kong. And by chance, I was able to meet the COO of Lalamove because his wife, who's a teacher who was studying her PhD in Hong Kong, and I had worked in a commercial before. I have a background in filmmaking, just as a hobby, and I did some commercial work before as well. So she knew that I was early in the venture capital space, and that's how we got involved with Lalamove. So we got involved with Lalamove when it was just a speck in Hong Kong, and we're still with them all the way till the China expansion and global expansions. That's one of the lucky bets that we had. And if you understand venture capital, you might invest in 10 companies, 9 companies fail, but that one which will hit will generate more profit than you can imagine. And that became my business model. Another very large company that we're fortunate enough to make money with, although not at a very early stage, was Palantir in the US. So we're very lucky with that. And then again, we have a lot of other companies that are still in the early stage, and some of which are very Star Trekky, if you want to call it. That's how I call it. These are Star Trek investments, such as lab grown human blood. Um, there are companies that do space manufacturing. We actually manufacture goods in outer space. Very expensive products, but launching a rocket to suborbit is actually quite cheap nowadays. So we're able to manufacture very high-end scientific and technical equipment over there. Another project we have is 3D printing of human organs. So, it'll come to a point where the need for human organs would be as simple as ordering something on Amazon. Um, and yeah, and through all of this, obviously, it comes from different countries in the world. And again, the language is English. Whether I speak in China or whether I speak in Switzerland, in the US or Thailand, I was able to meet a lot of contacts in the venture capital space and in the tech space, all via English. I do speak other languages as well. I do speak a bit of French. My wife is French. I'm fluent in Filipino, Hindi, and Sindhi. So total of 5 languages. But English is what I use the most, especially in the world of business and finance. Obviously, other than after the language of numbers, English comes next, especially when it comes to strategy making. Um, like in the tech space, what we would do as a venture capitalist, we would help more with strategy development, things that they would need, and other than money, of course, we would help in other things. And again, everything is in English. So what Axel has mentioned or Albert has mentioned, the importance of English, especially in the world of business, um, is relatively high, especially if you're gonna play or be a global player. So at least that's how I found English very important. And now I even teach English. Um, I love teaching. Even before I was in high school, I started teaching, tutoring kids. And now it's like, yes, teaching adults. And I still like teaching kids, so I still do teach kids. Um, and yeah, that's where I am right now. That's all in addition to my venture capital work and consulting work in the US. I still like teaching English. Yeah.
All right. That was awesome. Thank you again, Mr. Ritesh, for sharing with us the this rich experience and handling the business and finance world using English as a communication tool and a business tool and as a work tool. Now, with all of the enterprises going on, if you've seen and witnessed here today, we have Mr. Ritesh, we have Mr. Axel. Of course, you have us here with Lam, of course, with Lam as the core mentor of the group to help put all of these skill sets together, all of these talents together, these people together to support your community, to support the group. So, we would be more than happy to spread the word around, to spread the opportunity why we're gathered here today, that we're making a statement, that we're making a mission, to making a mission to tell everyone that, hey, this is the perfect period to grab that opportunity and learn English so that we're going to be at the top when all the others are going to come in later on. Right? Because let me share you a story what happened because I've taught Koreans. I was in Korea. I taught Koreans when that was like 15 years ago. 15 years ago in Korea is what is probably Vietnam now in terms of English communication. 15 years ago in Korea, when I was teaching Koreans, you know what they did? Why they accelerated fast in learning English? You know what they did? They had a government program to send all of their teachers, English teachers, to the Philippines. You know why? Because I was in that program. I was one of the teachers in that program. And you know what island or what province they sent the Koreans to learn English? That was in Cebu. So they sent thousands and thousands of Koreans to the Philippines to learn English. And when these Koreans went back to Korea and started teaching English to their elementary schools, to their junior high schools, to universities, they already have the knowledge and the know-how of running a successful English program. That's why now if you go to Korea, you don't even have to go to Korea. You go to TikTok. You know TikTok, right? It's very popular. There's a TikTok song, Ting Ting Ting, which is Vietnamese, which I love, which is very popular even in Japan. But anyway, Koreans now, their level of English is a little way more advanced than 15 years ago. And I believe that's what's happening in Vietnam is the same trend, is the same situation as what happened in Korea 15 years ago. But we are here first. So we take it up to the wheel, we grab the wheel, and we dig the shovel first before everyone else does. And this is the mission. And we're going to spread the mission, and that's why we're here. We're here, I'm here, we have Mr. Ritesh is here, Mr. Axel is here, and of course our core leader, we have Lam. We have this group, and whatever the needs of the group is, then we're here to support it. And having said that, I hope that we get to meet you every Thursday to have this more of exchange of ideas, more of exchange of how we can move forward, and we can create different core classes out of the group. Okay, for example, some of you wanted to learn like a specific skill set in English. Like some of you want to learn about business English finance that we have here, Mr. Ritesh. Some of you want to learn a more again, a different skill set of English, right? Again, I hope that we get to meet every Thursday. Again, try to spread the word, and we're going to be very happy to support the group. And I believe that this is part of our advocacy of spreading the spirit of spirit of global community of the language, right? And I think Mr. Lam, we said what we said. We were able to share our mission, and we give the floor to you. Thank you for this opportunity to really speak to these wonderful people who joined and came here and showed up.
Well, thank you very much for three great guests and distinguished speaker that say with us a lot about very much information about what you learn and why you learn the English and how the English plays a very important part in our life. So now I will say Vietnamese simply because some of the people now are very headache. To be honest, that some of them they test to me. It means that they are very headache simply because they don't listen for the 1 hour on English all the time. Okay, so dear Aso, dear Albert, dear Rita, so I will spend with some minutes for some minutes in the Vietnamese meaning to take with my student and with my friends. Oh, yes.
Thank you very much, Lam. So we'll see you next Thursday.
So okay, so I think that's just very short with some student here. So thank once again, I would like to thank you, my mentor Albert. I would like to give thankfulness to our mentor Ritas. I would like to give my gratitude to our mentor also mentioned from French. Yes, thank you so
Cảm ơn.
much. Rồi cho ba anh một tràng pháo tay đi các anh chị em. Chúng ta sẽ hẹn gặp see you next time, Mr.
See you next
Albert.
time.
See you next time,
Yes.
Mr. Rites.
Come on.
See you next time, Mr. Aso. See you.
Goodbye.
See you next time.
Bye.
Come
Thank
on,
you.
goodbye,
on.
and
Goodbye.
see you next Thursday.
See you next Thursday.
Yes,
Woo!
see you.
Quá trời, thầy này thì đưa lên tới nóc luôn. Em không hiểu gì.
Chém mà tôi phải chém tới nóc như thế đây. Chết sao? Tới nóc chưa?
Chưa đu được cái góc nữa, thầy đã cho lên tới nóc rồi.
Chưa đu tới góc nữa ha, đúng là tại vì những anh em này nó đã dạy quốc tế rồi hả? Nên cho mình lên tới nóc nhà luôn.
Em muốn hỏi nhưng mà thầy nói nhưng mà không hỏi được.
Sao muốn hỏi gì? Muốn hỏi gì thì từ sau hỏi.
Thì tiếng Anh không biết cho nên không hỏi được.
Tiếng Anh không biết không hỏi được. Ok.
Mình cũng
Thì
vậy.
mấy
Không
anh
ạ.
chị em
Mình cũng đâu biết hỏi.
yes, rồi.
Dạ.
Hỏi đi.
Em muốn hỏi nhưng mà thầy nói kiểu liên tục á, em không ngắt được.
Đúng rồi, người ta làm gì đam mê mà người ta đâu có mà chúng ta đam mê mà chúng ta phải nói liên tục chứ khi ý nó ra quá thì nó không có dừng lại được.
Có biết. Ủa vậy là tính ra có một người dạy ở Hà Nội thôi. Đúng rồi.
Cái anh Sổ là người Pháp. Anh nói chuyện hay hay đấy.
Ừ.
Rồi anh chị em có câu hỏi gì không nào?
Bật mic lên anh chị em nói chuyện vui vui nè.
Chị em nói chuyện cho vui.
Chém gió.
Rồi ok, đây là một cái buổi mini rất là nho nhỏ để cho các anh chị em hình dung rằng là chúng ta nếu mà học tiếng Anh học ở đâu không quan trọng, học với ai cũng chả có quan trọng nữa, học làm sao mà vô mà nghe được thằng nào nói cũng được hết trơn á. Ngồi cười cười á thì nên học. Vì sao? Vì 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 môi trường. Chúng ta luyện tiếng Anh mà chúng ta không có thằng bạn nào ngồi nói tiếng Anh vậy đó. Và cứ tưởng tượng đi nha hả, nếu mà nó nói khoảng 12 buổi thôi thì tự động biết tiếng Anh luôn rồi. Học ở Việt Nam, Right, mother là cha, father là mẹ, sister là anh, rồi sister là chị, rồi viết nguyên câu I love you so much rồi.
Thứ năm tuần nào cũng 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 ấy à.
Rồi, thứ năm tuần nào cũng chơi cho tới nóc nhà hết trơn á. Ừ, chơi cho tới nóc luôn. Rồi, thôi ok, hôm nay là thấy các anh chị em có được một cái buổi rất là nho nhỏ để tạo cho các anh chị em là có môi trường, với cái mục đích là giúp cho các anh chị em của chúng ta tập làm quen với môi trường. Ngày đầu tiên thì nghe nó không tốt, thì những cái ngày khác nghe sẽ tốt, nghe sẽ tốt, nghe sẽ tốt, nghe sẽ tốt đấy. Và cái việc mà học tiếng Anh mà để nhanh chóng và hiệu quả rất là đơn giản, là không có gì hết á, đó là môi trường thôi. Cứ quăng qua Philippines khoảng 1 năm thôi, đừng nói là năm, quăng qua Philippines khoảng 7 bữa thôi là tự động nói tiếng Anh, vì đói bụng ra ngoài đường là nói tiếng Anh. Ừ. Quăng qua Singapore là nói tiếng Anh, và quăng ra khỏi nước Việt Nam là bắt buộc phải nói tiếng Anh. Đó là cách nhanh nhất và hiệu quả nhất. Tuy nhiên chúng ta phải chọn. Ok, đó là môi trường bằng tiếng Anh. Còn nếu các anh chị em không có môi trường thì tự tạo môi trường. Thì mình thứ năm này mình mời rất là nhiều anh chị em, và cũng thông báo cho các anh chị em luôn, lần này lần này thì lần tới chủ nhật tới chúng tôi sẽ chạy một cái chương trình. Về- Lần tới chúng tôi sẽ chạy một cái chương trình là đắm chìm một ngày bằng tiếng Anh. Chủ nhật học từ sáng cho đến chiều bằng tiếng Anh ha. Sáng người nước ngoài, chiều người nước ngoài, học cỡ 10 bữa là tự động nói tiếng Anh.
Chủ nhật tuần này ấy hả thầy?
Rồi, quy mô lớn lắm ha, quy mô tới mấy ngàn người lận. Ok, thôi hồi nãy giờ chúng ta đã chia sẻ những cái vấn đề đó rồi, chúng ta sẽ hẹn là gặp các anh chị em trong cái bữa tiếp theo nha, bữa thứ năm tiếp theo nha các anh chị em nha. Và hôm nay chúng ta chỉ làm rất là ngắn nhưng mà rất là hiệu quả, đó là trong vòng khoảng 45 phút hoặc 50 phút, để cho các anh chị em là nghe liên tục tiếng Anh trong vòng 45 phút hoặc 50 phút thì chúng ta đã hiểu được những cái thứ gì. Ừ. Và chúng ta đã hồi đó tới giờ á, ví dụ như chị Tu Quanh ở đây là học 20 năm rồi, học 30 năm rồi, học 50 năm, học 70 năm rồi. Chúng ta nghe thử coi rồi chúng ta có hiểu hay không. Ok ha. Mà hồi nãy giờ là thấy 45 phút mà cái anh Albert anh nói thêm nữa là hồi là đơ nữa ha. Ok, và cái anh Albert đó là ngày xưa là cùng giảng dạy một cái trường cũng luôn, tức là mình giảng dạy cùng trường bên ảnh là một trưởng khoa của trường đại học, và ảnh mời mình qua bên đấy thì mình đã cùng cộng sự dẫn là dạy một cái trường có cái tên là Saint Paul College ở Philippines là 3 năm ở bên đấy. Đấy. Cũng rất là vinh dự nha mấy anh chị em. Ngày xưa người ta hỏi tôi đi đâu á, tôi nói là tôi đi xuất khẩu lao động, không ai tin hết trơn á. Đó. Thì thay vì người ta xuất khẩu lao động rồi làm chân tay mình qua nước ngoài mình dạy, nó sướng tay. Ừ. Và nhờ đó thì giờ nhờ tôi dạy 2 năm bên đó thì tiếng Anh của tôi mới lên đó các anh chị.
Thầy thi bên IELTS hay là bên TOEIC chứ thầy?
Không có ai tôi ít gì hết trơn á. Đó. Dạy các chương trình bởi vì bên đó nó không có ai tôi ít, mà nó bên đó là người ta nói tiếng Anh y chang như anh em mà nói tiếng Việt vậy đó. Thì mình dạy là tiếng Anh chuyên ngành, ví dụ như toán, khoa học vũ trụ, địa lý, rồi marketing, rồi kế toán, rồi quản trị, rồi này kia, tinh thần khởi nghiệp, rồi này kia đó. Đấy. Dạ, cái chương trình sau đại học đó, đại học và sau đại học đó bằng tiếng Anh. Thế thay vì mình chơi bằng tiếng Việt, mình chơi bằng tiếng Anh. Đấy. Thôi ok, thôi hôm nay là tới đây sẽ chấm dứt. Qua lần sau thì các anh chị em chuẩn bị mỗi lần thứ năm nha, mình chém tới lóc nhà luôn nha. Mình chém là từ 7 giờ cho đến 30 hay là 10 giờ gì đó, chăm bằng tiếng Anh hết. Ok. Ok, thôi hôm nay dừng lại ở đây ha. Cảm ơn các anh chị em. Và mong rằng các anh chị em hãy giúp cho chúng tôi chia sẻ những cái nhóm này, cũng như là chia sẻ sứ mạng của chúng tôi, để mỗi năm là chúng tôi sẽ giúp 1.000 người Việt Nam mà không thạo tiếng Anh. Trong vòng 10 năm thì 10.000 người chúng tôi sẽ kết thúc sứ mệnh, là chúng tôi sẽ được thăng thiên hay là phong thánh gì đó ha. Ok ha. Thôi chào tạm biệt các anh chị. Chào tạm biệt các anh chị em đã dành 1 tiếng đồng hồ để nghe. Xin chào các anh chị em. Xin chào các anh chị em. Chào tạm biệt các anh chị em.
Chào thầy.
Xin chào tạm biệt nhé.
Chào thầy.
Xin chào.
Bye bye thầy.
Xin chào.
Rồi,
See you.
chào cả
Xin
nhà
chào.
nhé.
Hết chào.
See you. See you. Xin chào các anh chị em.
Ừ.
Chào các anh chị em. Chào tạm biệt nhé.
Rồi,
Xin
không
chào
ai
các anh chị em.
không ai chịu ra hết.
Không.